Today, we got several calls from around the county of people smelling something like burning plastic or chemicals. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Jesse Pagan. Tonight we're working for you to find out the source of that mystery burning smell in San Diego. CBS 8's Jasmine Ramirez is here with what we've learned.
So this was that morning. February 27th. I thought it was the 26th is when it's leap year day, but there's also something special about some leap year days too. I was trying to watch this video about it, about like, I forget, like every 100 of them you divide by 4. I don't even know, it didn't make any sense, but it had to do, like I said, somehow, like the way I saw this UFO skip up off the atmosphere, similarly, if there are interdimensional ones, then maybe somehow the number of rotations of the Earth, it will use that, similar to, you know, like how meteors or whatnot happen.
So far, Jasmine?
Well, people from all around San Diego County noticed this mystery burning smell. Tonight, we've been working to find out where it was coming from.
I smelled something burning, like sort of like burnt wire or something like that.
Many compare the odor to burning electrical wires and say they first noticed it this morning.
About 7 o'clock, and it just smelled kind of like.
So maybe it was about, it's hard to think about it because of maybe there was a time change, but for me, I want to say it was about 7 p.m. The earlier night is when, or no, 6 is when I'm getting the McDonald's. We come in and we eat it around that time, and immediately my friend is like, he invited me up there, but he was like really aggravated. He's like, oh, come here. I'm like, okay. But when we sit down and eat the McDonald's in the afternoon, early evening, is around maybe 12 hours before this, and he immediately is like, oh, this food's bad, and he like puts it away.
It smelled like fire, but not like a forest fire, kind of like metallic-y type of fire.
Yeah. A lot of people comparing it to like chemicals or electrical.
Yep.
We looked it up and we saw something about like cars on fire in a parking lot or something. Like it was really random. So
who knows?
We don't know. But it kind of went away after a while.
We checked in with San Diego Fire. The department received a few calls from around the city, but says it hasn't been able to confirm where the smell was coming from or what it might be. Here at CBS 8, we saw people reporting a strange smell in La Mesa, Santee, PB, Hillcrest, and Escondido.
La Mesa, PB, yeah, that's such a fucking big thing. I mean, up in Escondido too, there was this thing about, it had the highest amount of homeless in North County in Escondido. So maybe, yeah, they're saying cars on fire. I was thinking maybe like a bum started a fire, but this was not that smell. Like I said, immediately when I bit into the food, I could taste it.
Took to social media. Henry Bradley said the smell was reminiscent of when a Navy ship was on fire a few years ago, referring to when the USS Bonhomme Richard burned for several days in 2020. Another viewer from a zip code in the Chula Vista and IB area says it was burning her eyes.
I was walking to the gym around 7 and just smelled a burning smell outside of the hotel.
We also asked the San Diego County Air Pollution Control District about the smell.
Which I am like obsessive about air quality sometimes, because my phone has it and it seems like sometimes it's wrong, but sometimes it's, yeah, I don't know, it's just such a weird thing that you can always be able to at least reference it.
They received several calls and sent agents into the field but haven't found a source. Their monitoring team says the air quality numbers haven't changed. CBS 8 also reached out to the city of San Diego, the county, and the California Air Resource Board, but as of tonight, no answers.
It's a little spooky, right? Maybe someone was having a bonfire, I don't know.
So yeah, similarly, when I got home, I saw there was some sort of fire in Texas that stopped this nuclear decommissioning plant, and it had me, you know, feel these crazy grievances, because also before this, in the Twitter, this man lit himself on fire in protest of the war on Gaza or whatever, and so it's like I felt like kind of like a, I don't know how to explain it, like angry when I saw this thing. I don't know how to explain it, just at the people, because I was like, what the fuck, what is this smell? And I'm beginning to think about the fire in Texas. And I was saying, okay, what that thing I saw, was it like a nuclear missile that somehow was coming back to San Diego, because in the very end it looked like a nuclear, or it looked kind of like a missile. See, once again. But yeah, and around the morning of this, when they're reporting it, I smell it really strong. It smells like this weird burning rubber, and like I said, it's sort of like burning flesh smell, unfortunately, how weird it sounds. But I kept thinking, okay, I wonder if there's like, it sounds like maybe like a weird like underground plastic surgery thing or something weird. But it was not, that it doesn't even make any sense though, really, because of the, just, you know, being indoors with the, I think the door was slightly ajar, but no, it's usually closed. My friend keeps it closed like all fucking night, so that kind of doesn't make any sense. But so when I saw the jet fighters when I was leaving Escondido, I did double check. Is it it's like an air show or something like that, anything like that? And no, there's no air show, nothing. It didn't smell like burning wires to me, although there was one point when I was getting the food from Del Taco, it did smell like something was in my car, like when I used to have a Volvo or something like that. But even then, it was kind of just bizarre. I was thinking, okay, did somebody start a fire nearby? And like I said, maybe the car smell, but the way that all the food was so rotten tasting was fucking bizarre. So yeah, you just can't see this thing, right? It first started off like this. First starts off like this, and I'm like, okay, is this some sort of like is it like a weird test? Because it looked like birds were on top of this plane, like a weird science experiment. And then I'm like, still fucking freaked out, and I'm just like, kind of like, should I record it with my phone? I'm like, no, oh, it's fine. I look back up, it looks like this, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then it looks like this, and I'm just like in pure astonishment, because it looks like it's made up of like little things, like making up an aircraft. I'm like, is it a bunch of drones working together or what? And then it looks like, yeah, I guess I'm wrong, it looks like this missile shape. And then I was like, okay, and this is when it looks like it's beginning to land. And then it looked like this, and it was like poised above that area by the airfield, and it was like, it looked like it should be landing. I know we were talking about like weird experimental craft the night before, or that morning. We were talking about flying cars. Like, regardless, I'm beginning to see it land, and this is just the most insane thing. Then I look to my right, and in some car, I see this head, and they look really fucking peeved off. And I was like, okay. It was so weird. Like I said, it kind of like the antithesis of what a gray alien would look like. Kind of like this, with a really big forehead, big chin, and yeah, they're driving next to me. And I noticed, yeah, that thing has just disappeared, and I'm just like, I need to get home. And then yeah, I get home and I hear the story about the fire in Texas, but it didn't make sense because of all like the rotten food taste. Yeah, I used to be such a fucking fanatic about alien abduction stuff when I was like a little kid, but I really have fallen off for a while. But yeah, was there anything else? Yeah, I don't know. It's just so insane. I feel embarrassed saying the gray alien part, but I know the fighter jets were like crazy. Oh yeah, here's my other part. So then I went to this rave like a week later maybe, and on my way there in Little Italy, I swear to God, I saw the UFO doctor or scientist Stephen Greer in this cafe to my left. and he was holding his dog, and he looked so freaked out, and I was like, what? And there's no way he was there. And yeah. Okay, I gotta tidy up the fucking story time. Oh wait, this is streaming to the wrong channel. Okay, good. Well, I have the video. Alright, signing off for now. Yeah. Oh, I don't have the fucking thing. Damn it. Testing. So, yeah, I re-recorded this video.
Valley Center said she and her neighbors started smelling it on Monday.
I woke up this morning getting ready for work, and I was shocked when I let my dog out that I could smell it, and at my house it was even stronger than the night before. I've lived in San Diego my entire life, and I have never that I could smell it. I woke up this morning
smelling it on Monday. A burning plastic smell in the air. One woman who lives in Valley Center said she and her neighbors started smelling.
Oh yeah, that's exactly it. But I mean, to go back to the, what was it? Leapyear Day. Okay. In the panhandle of Texas, which is far away, correct? That's fucking far.
Now you can save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile, which means fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable.
Oh, come on.
Hello everyone, and yes, it's a Thursday. We didn't have any real changes locally on our drought monitor, but I want to focus your attention on what's going on in the Panhandle. Let's take a look through the boxes here, and as we could see, that Smokehouse Creek fire, now over 1 million acres. It is the first fire in Texas history to reach that milestone, and obviously it is the largest wildfire all time in Texas history. So it's over 1 million acres, it's scorched a ton of land, but also it's only 3% contained. And what's worse yet is that the Texas Panhandle is in that high fire danger risk. But thankfully for us, the fire danger here locally today is mainly low to moderate. So that is definitely good news, but still, you should use caution when burning anything outside today.
Now you can save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile, which means fiber-powered internet at home and...
Why it was so strange is because of the content afterwards, like about this fire. I just had such a weird vibe from like all the dirtbag leftists that I follow or whatever, that they were like, oh, I told you so that there was some kind of
the metaverse is
some kind of, you know, crazy shit's going down. I don't even know, but let's see what this is. We're gonna get off in a little bit. Okay, this Bloomberg channel is not giving a lot of information. Scary though. Because me and my coworkers were scared of fucking fires, that's for sure. Ever since that one in Hawaii. Oh yeah, it was called Pantech or something is the plant.
anywhere you go look, there's going to be a shortage of welders.
So yeah, just lastly, this shit looks crazy. Why do the fucking photos look so terrible on this? Yeah, at the very end, though, of seeing that shape in the sky, I was like, okay. Now thinking back, yeah, I guess it could be. But this shit looks crazy. Why does it look so fucking terrible? On my phone, it is way better looking. That shit looks crazy. What? Yeah. And then, like, yeah, I forget what it was on Chapo Trap House. That the next night was like so disturbing. They were talking about, I don't even know, fucking Joe Biden sometimes acts like some like mob gangster will like kiss people on the cheek or something. They were saying, I'm like, is this real? Oh my gosh! But yeah. Oh my gosh, this looks crazy. What? So yeah, I get home and I'm like that, and yeah. If I could only now find this though. The last thing, BBC.
We get an extra day this month. Yay! 2024 is a leap year, which means February has 29 days. This morning, we investigate why.
So the leap year is a really fascinating astronomical phenomenon, if you can call it that.
Jackie Farity is an astronomer at the American Museum of Natural History in New York, and she does call it that because she's got the math. Most years last 365 days, but it takes the Earth just a little longer to go around the sun. 365 days, 6 hours, and 9 minutes.
And that 0.242190 days extra to go around the sun is the entire reason why we have a leap year.
It's an extra quarter of a day, so we add a day every 4 years, without which the calendar would gradually get out of sync with the planet.
Nothing physically happens. Like, you're still going to have winter when winter happens and summer when summer happens, but the month that you call it is going to be different.
If we went many years without leap days, summer would arrive in November.
This is as much a history lesson as it is anything else, because it's the history of how we started using calendars and how we started needing to keep track of time. Because from an astronomical point of view, nothing is happening. So the leap year is a correction on an imperfect calendar, frankly.
Alexander Boxer wrote the book, A Scheme of Heaven.
Our calendar, the one that we use every day, is this amazing product of multiple civilizations, each building on the other over thousands of years and sharing in this great undertaking of trying to understand time, which is on the one hand both aspirational but also a very human compromise.
We have in-depth coverage of that compromise all week. We only get this chance every 4 years, so tomorrow we report on birthday celebrations that come February 29th.
Birthdays that keep you young.
Damn, I can't remember this. 1 second. Is it this one?
February is a very short month with only 28 days, but every 4 years it has 29 days. This is known as a leap year. So why do leap years happen? Well, according to the calendar, there are 365 days in a year, but it actually takes the Earth around 365 days and 6 hours to revolve all the way around the Sun. So every 4 years, roughly 24 extra hours are added up. So another bonus day is added to the year. It means that people who are born on the 29th of February, who are sometimes called leaplings, only have an official birthday once every 4 years. But don't worry, they still get to have presents and a party, but when it isn't a leap year, they just have to choose to celebrate either a day earlier or a day later. Or, why not try both?
Shit, I don't want this to go on forever for 1 second.
I'm Ruben. I'm Zach. I'm Sam. I'm Joshua. We're all brothers and we were all...
What the fuck is this guy's name? Oh yeah, Rupert Sheldrake. Okay. Why did I do that? Yeah, so this last thing, this news article, I cannot, or this news story from BBC, I cannot find it. 1 second. This one? This is one of the frustrating ends that I cannot figure out, but it'll be alright. Okay. Yeah, I can't find this. And I sent him an email. I still couldn't get a response. Maybe he felt like it was wrong or something. Like he could be, it's not accurate. I'm about to defend this. It's too hard. So yeah. Oh no, it would be the 29th, okay? Or the 28th.
It's February 29th. That's the extra day we get in February every 4 years. We've asked readers of the Up First newsletter and NPR.org how they'll be spending this leap day.
My name is Jason Bond. I am a leap year baby. I will be turning 11 years old this year.
Sounds older than 11, and it turns out he was born in 1980. Mr. Bond is on a cruise to the Bahamas today with others born on a leap day. He did the same thing on the last February 29th, which was in 2020.
There were 78 leap day babies ranging from
"2020 is a leap year. That means there's an extra day in the calendar, the 29th of February. But why do we have leap years? And how do we decide when to have them?"
I think this is it.
The answer is a little more complicated than you may think. So here's how it works. We measure a day as how long it takes the Earth to spin once on its own axis. That's 24 hours. And we measure a calendar year as how long it takes the Earth to orbit the Sun, 365 days. Except the time it actually takes for the Earth to circle the Sun is 365.24 days. So that's roughly a quarter of a day longer, which adds up to a full day every 4 years. To keep everything in sync, this full day is added to the fourth year's shortest month, February. And that's what we call a leap year. But we don't actually have a leap year every 4 years. And here's why. Remember how we rounded up that 0.24 to a quarter? Well, that difference does eventually add up, pushing the whole system out of sync again by 3 days out of every 400 years, to be precise. In order to redress this slight imbalance, we have to skip a leap year every now and then, so not add that extra day. But how do we decide when to have a leap year and when to skip? The first rule is that the year to add an extra day must be divisible by 4. The second rule is that a leap year cannot fall on a year that's divisible by 100. If it does, no leap day is added to that calendar year. But to make things even more complicated, there's an exception to this second rule. If a leap year can be divided by 400, the leap day is added after all. That's why a leap day happened in the year 1600 and 2000, but not in 1700, 1800, or 1900. We have Pope Gregory XIII to thank for creating this century rule some 400 years ago. His changes mark the beginning of the Gregorian calendar, which is still in use across the world today. So, leap years exist to help us stay in sync with the real astronomical year. And if you want to get real nerdy, there's also the more recent introduction of leap seconds. But maybe we'll explain that another year.
Damn it, I still can't find it. It was like about squirrels doing this thing called sploofing. Alright, one more minute, then I'm getting off. bullshit, I can't find it. This microphone's breaking, but... Dang it, it's so frustrating how it's not there. Why is it? Oh my god, I don't know why my Google is doing this. It's showing this, and then I go back. It's showing these videos. I don't know. All right, last one.
The heat has been oppressive to just about everyone, including animals, but a certain technique that originated in squirrels may help you stay cool.
All right, good day, anchor. Bianca Peters tells us what we need to know about splooting.
Do you know what the term splooting means?
What is it?
Have you heard of the term splooting?
No, never.
Can you spell it for me?
So splooting is a colloquial term used to identify that position that squirrels and other mammals, including humans, will do when they're stretching out flat on the ground.
The NYC Parks Department took to Twitter to post a squirrel mid-sploot, and it caused quite the funny stir on social media. The term is still trying to be understood.
I want to say it's like another form of like spooning, like cuddling.
With recent heat waves in the city, many took pics of the squirrels in this funny position and posted to social media.
This is a very common adaptation in the heat for the squirrels, so we just let them be, watch them from afar, definitely take pictures, take videos.
Do you have something to say about that, about the heat? They're saying more nuts, please. More nuts.
Or avocados if you're a celebrity squirrel on Instagram. Meet Thumbelina. She's one of almost 30 squirrels that have been raised by wildlife rehabilitators Christina and Michael over the years right outside of the city.
She loves to play.
It's doing this, but...
She's always like on a quest to, her favorite thing in the entire world is avocados.
Her medical issues have kept her from going back out into the wild, and recently she was driven all the way down to Florida to receive surgery.
She has polycystic ovarian syndrome and endometriosis, which are things that human females can get that are really usually misunderstood.
Her life inside... pretty posh.
She hates going outside. She's terrified of being outside, which is another sign that she couldn't be released. And if we take her outside even for 20 minutes, she won't speak to us for like a day.
Work?